Now, Tricia McLaughlin with DHS put out a statement today that they're not leaving Chicago and noted that since the start of Midway Blitz, homicides are down 16%, shootings are down 35%, robberies down 41%, carjackings down 48%, transit crime down 20%. And if you look at the numbers from the mayor's own dashboard, they're even more dramatic. Gary McCarthy is the former police superintendent here in Chicago, and he told me that the bellwether for how crime impacts the average citizen is robbery. And if you look at the mayor's own numbers, robberies are down 44%.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, big change there, Mike. Thank you, sir. Winter come soon.
Got it.
Thank you.
Let's bring in Ron Vitiello. He's a senior advisor with Customs and Border Protection. Can we talk about those numbers real quickly? The proof is in the pudding. If the numbers are down by that much, robberies down 44%, seems significant, and that the citizens would be benefiting.
100%. You cannot replace boots on the ground. More cops arresting more criminals across the city, including the federal response, CBP officers, Border Patrol agents, ICE officials out there doing their job, protecting the city, despite the political rhetoric and despite the violence that they're actually facing. It's going to lower crime because you have more cops on the road.
I want to play two things for you. One is from an alderman in Chicago, and the other is from Mayor Johnson. I'm going to play these back to back.
Funny thing is, man, more police equals better communities. I hate to say it, the left side, the way they get their money is from crime. The more crime they have, the more money they can ask for, the more money goes into people's pockets instead of trying to control crime. Look, a lot of people have mixed reviews about the police. Right? You like them, you don't like them, you like them, you don't like them. There's good, there's bad, whatever. But Chicago is called Chirac for a reason. So if you're the mayor of Chicago, your city is called Chirac. Don't you think you need more police officers? Don't you think you need more people on the ground stopping things from happening? 48% or 44 or 48% of robberies have went down since ICE and Border Patrol has been there. What does that tell you? You guys in Chicago needed to put more people on the streets to keep people safe, but you failed to do that. So now we had a president come in and showed you what real law enforcement looks like. But why would they not do that? It's because they keep asking the government for more and more money, but they're putting it into their pockets instead of putting it into the police, instead of giving kids after school programs, instead of protecting families that's doing the right thing. Crime pays for the left. The left wants more crime because they're going to get more money. They're going to say, we need more of this, more of that, more of this, more of that. But then when they get this money, they do nothing with it. They put it in their own pockets. Why is that right? If we get money from the government, don't you think you should put that money into after school programs for kids to at least protect the kids? Don't you think you should put your money in more police on the ground to keep these areas from being so crazy? Like I said, once again, Chicago's nickname is Chirac. Everybody knows that. I've been in Chicago probably 1 or 2 times, but I'm from California and I know the nickname for Chicago is called Chirac. So if that's true, don't you think you need more people that's going to do something about it? People are getting upset, and it's sad. This is the sad part about it. Some places don't like the president coming in there with Border Patrol and ICE and doing all these things. He doesn't like that. And it's sad to say that a lot of these areas that are like that are black governed mayors. See what I'm saying? And they're usually from the left because they're getting money for crime. So he's showing them, this is all you have to do. The money that we giving you, once you put into more law enforcement, once you put in more into programs, you have to make sure that people know that there's a consequence for their actions. In these cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, Memphis, DC, Baltimore, even though Baltimore went down because the mayor actually did something, young mayor, which is great. He got the money and put it into after school programs and their crime rate went down. But these other places that did not do that. So the president is showing you this is what law looks like. People will obey the law once they know there's a consequence to what's happening, what I'm doing.
Mayor Johnson came to the United Nations Human Rights Council to plead his case about ICE. But let's start with Alderman Michael Rodriguez here.
We're here on 26th and basically ISIS causing all sorts of mayhem in the neighborhood. We want everyone to stay safe. They're doing things that are unconstitutional, that are illegal. They are causing fear and mayhem in our communities, and that's unacceptable.
In Chicago, we live with the consequences of that moral failure every day. Families torn apart by immigration raids, raids that have targeted daycare teachers, rideshare drivers, and restaurant cooks. Honest, hardworking, law-abiding people who contribute to the soul of Chicago, who literally make our city run.
How do you respond to that?
Well, if the city was well run, they wouldn't have $1 billion deficit going into another year of $1 billion deficit. They spend $17 billion of the taxpayers' money. You can see that they don't spend it on controlling crime. Mayor Johnson and the councilman that was just there, they could easily pass a law to cooperate directly with ICE. What would that mean? That would mean anybody that was arrested in Chicago for crimes who was also in the country illegally could be put on a path for removal. That would lower the activity necessary for our officers to go out on the street and arrest people at large. They could reduce that problem if it is a problem enforcing the law with federal authority. If that's a problem for them, they can take those people out of the jail. The city can change that in a minute, but they refuse to do it because they would rather have the chaos. They would rather stand up for their woke base. And listen, we tried for 4 years under President Biden for a chaotic border. Thousands of millions of people probably came to the state of Illinois and into the city. They were sleeping on the floor in police stations and in airport terminals. It was a total disaster. And actually what the mayor's asking for, what that councilman is asking for, is more of that same chaos. And what the President Trump is doing, what Kristi Noem is doing, what the ICE and CBP officers are doing, they're trying to protect that city despite the political rhetoric that they're facing.
Ron, what do you know about this suggestion that Customs and Border Protection will be leaving Chicago and being deployed elsewhere?
This mission will continue. We will continue to have a prioritization for getting the worst of the worst out of every single city in the United States. And if they're going to take a break out of Chicago, or if they're going to do use different tactics, the mission will continue at every level.
All right, Ron. The last thing I would ask you is, do you know about the morale of the officers?
Well, it's up. You can look at applications to the website to take the Border Patrol exam. ICE is doing record numbers in recruiting and hiring. We are doing the same here at CBP. Morale is off the charts because they know they have someone in the Oval Office that has their back. They know they have leadership at the department that wants them to succeed. They've been given the tools by the executive branch, as well as resources from Congress and the one big beautiful bill, as the president says. And we're going to continue to deploy those resources to protect the homeland and make American cities safe.
You got to love it. You got to love it. If your city didn't need this, then take care of your city. Only reason why he there, because we all know Illinois let in a record number of illegal immigrants into their city so they can get the vote. Give them money. Give them housing. What's the point? I don't understand. You turn your back on your own people and you give the money to people that don't even care. But then those same people that come in from a different country are illegal, then they feel like they run the city. That's it. That's what happens. You come here illegally, I get free housing, get free food, get free money. I'll run the city now. So now you're telling people that's from that area, from that country, that you got to listen to me and respect me. As an illegal immigrant, you got here illegal, you ain't got no rights. I don't believe that everybody has rights. I believe that American citizens have rights, but I don't believe that illegal immigrants have rights. I believe you're here illegally, you get caught up, you should get bound up and get sent back. That's just what it is, because you know why they do this in other countries. If I go to another country illegally, they gonna come get me ASAP and kick me out. That's just what it is. So why is it so different for America? Because we the land of the free? It's because we have a constitution? It's because everybody has rights? Everybody doesn't have rights. If you're here illegally, you did it the wrong way, you don't have rights. You got to go back. That's just what it is, man. That's what every other country does. So why do they want Americans to be soft? I don't get it. But if you're here illegally and they brought you here illegally and you get money, getting all this free stuff, which should be going to our kids and babies for American citizens, then you got to be up out of here, bro. But it's not racist. It's not being an asshole. It's just being like, just having common sense and being logical. Because these people are coming in taking opportunities away from our kids. And that's not right. The biggest question I ask these people, especially on the left side, when I'm talking to people from the left side, what is it like to be American? Do you feel special to be an American? Do you feel like you have an upper hand or upper leg up on people that come here from America? You don't. They treat the people coming here better than they treat the American citizens. That's wrong. That should not be like that. That doesn't make common sense. That's not logical. I'm from here. I should be getting all the benefits. My kids should be getting the money that you guys are giving to them to put them in private school. My kids should have the best education, the best teachers. The money y'all gave to immigrants, y'all should have gave it to the teachers, so the teachers could be happy to go to teach our youth. A lot of these teachers are underpaid, and they're not happy to go to work, and they got to deal with these badass kids because these parents don't even care. At least they should get paid for it. But you want to get the money to illegal immigrants so they can vote for you, so you can be in office, so you can get more money and cheat the system. You just got to look at it, man. The jig is up. The scams is over. We have administration. We have President Trump. We have everybody that's working with him, DHS. They're not playing around, bro. We have to protect our borders because look at what's happening. Look what's happening to our youth growing up. They're growing up and they're feeling like they have no choice but to be a liberal because they can't make it in this United States of America because nothing's given to them like it is given to the immigrants. This is what's affecting our youth. So I love it. I love it. But look what happens when you have law enforcement that does it right. 46% went down, or 46 to 48% went down in crime. In robberies. Everything else is going down at least 15 to 20%. That's good, bro. So the money that y'all actually getting for crime that you asked for, that we got for crime, we need money, then actually put it towards crime. Now they saying they're going to be there even longer. Look what happened in D.C. D.C. got cleaned up. It's going to happen in Chicago. They're going to go to Memphis, or they already in Memphis. One of those. You don't think they might touch L.A.? I hope they touch L.A. They don't want them to come to L.A., but they're going to come to L.A. Best believe, before the Olympics get here, they coming to L.A. So if our government or if our governors or our mayors don't want to clean up the city, we have a president that's sending people there ASAP. So you got to basically, as a governor, as a mayor that's getting all this money, you guys get all this money and you give it to all these people, these nonprofits that say they're going to help crime, help homelessness, help build this, and then they just scam the city and the state out of money. This is what I'm saying, bro. Put the money to use, put the money to real stuff. But yes, you should invest in law enforcement and then also invest in our youth. Stop giving it to people to do the things that you're supposed to do. Give it to the money. Give some of that money to the teachers so they can feel good about going to school, so they can actually want to teach your child. Put the money to after school programs that's actually going to help these kids and keep these kids out the streets so they don't go to the dope boy, and they don't go to the hustler, they don't go to the pimp on the corner. Protect our youth, bro. Put the money into that. If not, then you're going to have President Trump come through your city and he's going to show you what's up. Which one do you want?